Hello and welcome to my channel Close to the Edge. My name is Pat, where we talk about all things prog rock, classic rock, heavy rock, and maybe, just maybe, a stick of rock. Stick around. You never know, you never know. I'm trying out a new camera today. I'm trying to video on my iPhone 15. I'm going to see how that goes. Just to try it out and see is it better when I have a look at it. And welcome along anyway, everyone. And if you like this channel, please do subscribe, and I hope you're enjoying all the videos. Today I'm doing a very interesting video. I'm doing a video that I've been thinking about for a while, and I haven't mentioned really much about Dream Theater, one of the great American prog metal bands. And to be honest with you, I really like this band. Absolutely love them. And I'm going to rank 10 of their studio albums from 10 to 1. And we'll see how we get on. But a great band, formed I think in 1985, I think, in Boston, over there in America, and they went on to some great things, and recently had an album out last January or February, I believe. But anyway, let's get cracking. At number 10, I have them all written down here in front of me anyway, is A Change of Seasons. Now, I know this is not really a studio album. It was an EP at the time, but it's over 50 minutes long. And here it is. And I think this is an absolutely brilliant, brilliant album. Brilliant. It has one studio track, and it's about 20 odd minutes long, A Change of Seasons, which is absolutely sublime. Incredible track, incredible prog metal track. And then they do a lot of cover tracks that they recorded live, from Deep Purple, Genesis, Led Zeppelin, Queen, even an Elton John one on here. But that's my number 10. When was it released? 1995, that was released. Absolutely amazing. If you haven't got that one, check it out. Next up, number 9, is Systematic Chaos, which was released in 2007. And none of these albums are bad. They're all excellent. I'm just ranking them. But this one is another excellent album. And the thing I like about this album is the way it starts off. First track, In the Presence of Enemies. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant track. Classic track. Brilliant album. You know, just think about it, 2007, and there were still bands around doing this type of music. Absolutely incredible. Incredible. Number 8 is an album they released in 2002. 6 Degrees of Inner Turbulence. It was a double CD at the time. I think it'd be probably a triple LP now at this stage. It's so long. But it's absolutely brilliant. And my favourite track on this album is Misunderstood. I think this is absolutely an incredible, incredible track. And what else have I written down here? Overture is on this as well. Brilliant. But I love Misunderstood. I love the way it starts off slowly, builds up. Absolutely brilliant. So many great tracks on this album. Anyway, that's my number 8. My number 7 is Octarium. Octarium, is that how you pronounce it? I'm not sure I'm pronouncing that right. Anyway, this one was released in 2005. And there's a track on this called The Root of All Evil. And brilliant, brilliant. Another one that builds up slowly and gets better. Absolutely incredible. And the title track, incredible as well. Haven't heard this album? Brilliant cover, by the way. Go and check it out. Go and check it out. Number 6 is an album they released in 1997, which I quite like. Falling Into Infinity. You have Loons in the Sand and Trial of Tears on this. It's an absolutely incredible album. Brilliant. It was different than the previous albums. It kind of went a little bit lighter. I think the studio was onto him to bring out something different. But I think it's brilliant. That's my number 6. Now we get into my top 5. Top 5. This is James LaBrie's first album in 1992, Images and Words. And you have the track Pull Me Under on it, which was a fairly big hit, I believe. What else have you on this? Learning to Live is on this. And James LaBrie is a brilliant, brilliant vocalist. I think James is from Canada originally. Absolutely brilliant. His voice is still good today. But It's a brilliant, brilliant album. Images and Words. Number 4, the 2009 release of Black Clouds and Silver Lining. What an amazing album. And my favourite track on this is the last track on the album, The Count of Tuscany. It's nearly 19-20 minutes long. But the riff on that is absolutely brilliant. Brilliant. And what else did I write down here for that? A Rite of Passage. What a class track. Brilliant, brilliant album. And Mike Portnoy, the drummer, left after this album. I know he came back on the last album, but he left after this, and they went through a bit of a lull in many respects without him. I think so. I think that'd be correct. Number 3 is released in 2003, Train of Thought. It's probably their heaviest, if I'm a heaviest album. It's more heavy metal than prog metal. As I Am kicks it off. What an amazing track. Amazing track. And of course you have the instrumental on this. It's about 10 minutes long, Stream of Consciousness. Go and listen to that track if you haven't heard it. What a brilliant, brilliant riff on that. And the musicianship on it is incredible. Incredible. Down to my last 2. This is a tricky one now, my last 2. I love all these albums. But their album they released, the concept album they released in 1999, Metropolis, Scenes from a Memory, Part 2. This is a brilliant concept album. Some of the brilliant tracks on this is just, like you have the Overture, 1928, and you have Strange Deja Vu on this as well, which is brilliant, and Home. It starts off with kind of an Indian sound, you have that kind of, like a sitar sound on it. Absolutely brilliant. And a track on this then is very Zappa, very Zappa-like. Like complex album. Brilliant story, complex story, but absolutely superb. Superb. And my number 1 is the album they released in 1994 called Awake. Kevin Moore's last album with the band. One of the founding members of the band, the keyboard player. Big loss. An absolute big loss. I love this album. And I know a lot of people don't like the track Space Divest, which Kevin Moore wrote the lyrics for. I love that track. I think it's brilliant. It's different from anything they've ever done, I think. And it's absolutely brilliant. And you have voices on this as well. What a brilliant track. But Kevin Moore left after this, and John Petrucci was heartbroken really in many respects when he left, because they were childhood friends from back in the day, and sorely missed, I think, going forward. They got another keyboard player in after that, and then what was the last? Then Jordan Rudess came in on 1999 on the Metropolis Part 2 album, and he's been there ever since. A brilliant, brilliant keyboard. But I think Kevin Moore had this unique sound to his keyboards, and wrote a lot of the tracks on it, wrote a lot of lyrics. Very, very sorely missed. But anyway, that's my number 1, Awake. What is your top 10 from the brilliant, brilliant Dream Theater? Class band. A lot of people don't like them. They're too heavy and they're too this. And they might be too, some people say too busy, as you know. I like music that's busy. Because it makes you think, you know what I mean? I like that. Now, the other albums they had after '09, I didn't like them at all. Didn't get any of them. Heard them, didn't like them. Now, and the last album, I think it was released early in the year, I think it was in January, February. I've heard it a couple of times. I'm not really enamoured by it, but I haven't heard it enough to give my proper, definitive ranking of that album. And I will have to go out and buy it, because I want to hear it, because I've heard a lot of good things about it. I've heard it, as I said, only on YouTube, and and I like to hear music in my proper system, properly sit down and listen to it, blow the head off you, basically. But anyway, hope you enjoyed that video, and if you did, hit that subscribe button and hit the like button, and it does help. I want to get to 3,000 before Christmas, really do. But anyway, whatever you're doing, stay safe, very important. And what's also very important is nice to be nice. Always nice to be nice. you know, a smile on your face brings a smile back. That's what I always say. But anyway, I hope you liked the video. Is it better than the normal one I do with the computer? Or is it better with this iPhone? But I'd have to put my hand up there now to stop it. But anyway, from me, Pat, here on Close at the Edge, until my next video, bye for now. Bye-bye.